Hi, I'm Michael Goldstein. I'm the founder and owner of Kitchen Remodeling SEO. We work exclusively with kitchen and bath remodeling companies, helping them increase their leads and increase their sales through online and digital marketing efforts. What I'd like to talk to you today about is one of our clients, Erik. Erik was able to increase his leads by over 500% within the first 60 days. More importantly, from those 500% of leads, he was able to increase his sales by 390%. But why take my word for it? Why don't we listen to what Erik had to say about working with kitchen remodeling SEO? What was going on with your business that led you to look for help with internet marketing?
Our business was slow. We were looking for new clientele. Pretty much wasn't getting the response that we were looking at from little local ads.
Okay. Yeah. So what was the result of the work that we did for your company?
So the previous company that I had before, we just weren't getting a response as far as new clientele, new services, and everything else. But with your company, we ended up basically increasing our customers.
What happened to your leads?
Our leads increased literally over about I'd say about 300 to 400%.
So not only was Erik able to increase his sales and leads, but another one of our clients, Alex, who runs a cabinet refacing and kitchen remodeling company just north of Boston in the Lowell, Massachusetts area, was able to increase his sales by an additional 5 to 10 refacing projects each month after working with us for only a short few months. Alex was so happy working with us as opposed to some of the other marketing agencies that he's tried to work with. After only the first month, he went on to our Google My Business profile and posted this review, and just talking about how happy he was with the process in terms of doing the audit, setting the plan, and communicating exactly what it was we're going to do. And then even after each task that we did, particularly in the first few months, where we really try and work with our clients and explain to them each and every step of the way so they really understand what's going on, and it's easy to measure the return on investment. So as you can see, we have very happy clients, but let's talk more about not our past clients, but rather what can we do for you? So we want to talk about what happens within the kitchen remodel marketing strategy. We are able to generate 50 to 100 exclusive and high quality leads on demand for kitchen and bath remodeling companies. We're able to automate everything within the process. We create through our CRM proper follow-up, proper email, texting follow-up. We work with retargeting to make sure that we know when someone watches a video, and then when they do watch a video from a Facebook ad or from your website, that a message is sent to them right away. Because of the automation, because of all the follow-up, as well as the laser-focused targeting, we're able to help you close more of those free appointments. Because listen, at the end of the day, until someone clicks on that button that says book an appointment, schedule a consultation, you can't make that sale. So that's our driving factor at all times. That's the conversion that we're looking for, is book that appointment. And then the biggest issue is we explain to you why you need a comprehensive marketing strategy, why it's not okay just to do SEO, which could take 6 to 9 months on its own, or why just optimizing for Google Maps, yeah, it'll get you a little bit higher and it may get you a few additional leads, but the total package, when you combine pay-per-click, you combine social media, and you combine SEO and Google Map optimization, it can be just an absolute gold mine for kitchen remodeling companies. So you might be thinking, is the solution for me? Or is it for you, I should say? Well, there's a couple key things to consider. One is you have to be a kitchen remodeling or kitchen design company to work with us. We are an exclusive marketing agency for the niche industry. Because of that, we have an expertise and we know what works for kitchen remodel marketing. We know what works for bath remodeling marketing, and that's where our focus is. Are you tired of sharing leads? For example, Many people, they're out there and they're buying leads from Home Advisor, from Angie's List. They're paying hundreds of dollars a lead, oftentimes very low quality leads, or even worse, leads that are 50 to 100 miles outside your service area and just doesn't do you any good. Not only that, but those leads are shared with 3 to 7 other kitchen remodeling contractors. We work to help you get exclusive leads, so you are the only one that's getting those leads. You're not buying them from a repository, but rather you're getting leads because of specific marketing about your company to your target market within the 5 to 20 mile radius of where you want to work. And then most importantly, are you looking to grow your company? Or are you just looking to get by? If you're just looking to get by and the status quo is good enough for you, then we may not be the right choice for you. But if you want to take your company to that next level, if you're a 6-figure company and you want to go to that 7 figures, we can help you get there. So just for a moment, let's play the what if game, shall we? What if you receive 50 to 100 exclusive high quality leads every month? What would that be worth to your business? What would that be worth to your salespeople to have those leads coming in on a consistent basis? What if you had an online system, again, that was consistent and it was predictable and you knew basically how many leads, how many sales you were going to be able to make moving forward and how you'd be able to scale that and grow that? Again, talking about Angie's List and Home Advisor, what if you could stop sharing leads and it stops becoming an issue of who's the cheapest or who contacts the lead the first and signs them down right away? Because right now, what's happening with Home Advisor, with Angie's List, is they don't make money on an individual. They don't make money on you. What they do is they make money on a group, on a whole. So they take those leads and they sell them to 3 to 7 people. One of the benefits of working with kitchen remodel marketing is we work exclusively with one company in every geographic area, so we never have a conflict. And then most importantly, with all of this in place, what if you could keep that pipeline filled for the entire year? Each month, you're refreshing that pipeline and you don't have to worry about it. It's not a referral-based system where it's feast or famine, and sometimes you might get 10 leads in a day. Sometimes you might get 20 leads in a week. Sometimes you might get no leads in a month. That's not really what you need to keep that pipeline full. That's not the consistency and the predictability that you need. And that's one of the things that we work with, is to ensure that that pipeline stays full. So as I said, we work exclusively in the kitchen and bath remodeling industry, but it wasn't always that way. Initially, we had started working just in the home services industry as a whole. And one of our clients from a few years ago, John from Green Maids, which is an eco-friendly house cleaning service, came to us at a point where his leads had dried up. His website was old and stale. His SEO and his social was almost non-existent. And he asked us if we could help refresh it. John was so happy after working with us for about 6 months that he posted this review on Google. So if you're watching this video, you're no doubt a kitchen remodeling company who has done some sort of marketing and is generating some sort of sales and leads. So the question is, how are you doing it? Are you doing it the old way? Are you buying leads from Home Advisor and Angie's List just to keep busy? Are you basically just renting your way into their system and then competing with 3 to 7 other of your direct competitors for that same lead? It's really not the best way to go, and it ends up again on that price competition. Are you getting calls from billboards, TV, and radio? If so, oftentimes you're spending a whole lot of money and you may be getting leads, but you don't really know where those leads are coming from because you just don't have the right tracking in place. So it's very hard to determine your ROI, your return on investment. Similarly, you could be running ads in trade magazines or local magazines or even newspapers. Again, very, very difficult to track your ROI on that, and oftentimes very expensive without knowing, are you actually getting a benefit from that or from some other service or some other source? A lot of people say, you know what, I've been around for 15 years, I've been around for 20 years, I get plenty of referrals, people are always talking about me. Well, that's great. And when you get a referral, those are some of the best lead you can get because it comes from somebody else. But at the end of the day, that's very inconsistent, it's very unpredictable, and it's a feast or famine situation, which I'm sure you're familiar with. Sometimes, like I said, you might get a whole host of really great leads in the course of a couple of days or a month or something. If you just redid someone's kitchen, they had a party, everyone's talking about, wow, who did your kitchen? But it's not a way to scale. You cannot replicate that system the way that you can with Facebook advertising, with Google Map optimization, with Google advertising, and reputation management, quite frankly, because at the end of the day, the new referrals are those reviews on Facebook and are those reviews on Google. You might have even been running some pay-per-click on your own, or hired, a small local person who dabbles and will essentially take on anybody with a check-in account or a credit card, but doesn't have any expertise in the kitchen remodeling industry, and you may not be getting the results that you want. So these are all ways that people are typically marketing and generating leads. So we've talked about kind of the traditional way that a lot of people are getting leads. What is the kitchen remodeling SEO, the kitchen remodel marketing strategy, and how is that different? Well, we start every project taking a look at your website, doing a full audit of your site, of your Google My Business optimization, of your social media, and all other digital assets. And then what we do is we either take your existing website and we enhance it, we increase the speed, we tweak the tags, we may add in some call to action features. What we do is we create a system that is built to convert. And if your website is old, if it's outdated, or if it just doesn't have any of the functionality or any of the conversion elements that needed, we actually, as part of our service, rebuild the site from scratch for you. That is built to convert, and that is based on tried and true SEO. Speaking of SEO, what we do is we are very proactive with making sure that not only all your on-page, all your titles is set, but that we make sure you have the right content on your site, the right pages. Do you have pages for each and every service individually so that Google will actually index for your cabinet refacing versus your cabinet replacing versus your countertop installation? And then with that, granite installation versus quartz installation, things to that extent. We make sure that it's indexable and that there's fresh content. We help you build those links and get noticed on authoritative websites like an NBC or a Fox affiliate news station that will actually look for content, and then we create informative content with links back to your site so that Google thinks that you're highly relevant and very important because you've got such important people linking to you. We do a lot of work also with Google Maps because at the end of the day, 70% of home service searches are based on the local 3-pack. Nobody really gets past that map of those 3 listings, or at least 70% of people don't. So we make sure that you're coming up not only for the town that you're in, but the 5 or 10 neighboring towns that you service, so that when someone does those nearby me searches, you're coming up, because nearby me is probably, and near me searches is probably the #1 way that people are getting jobs right now in the kitchen and bath remodeling industry. Again, we focus on online reviews and reputation because, again, online reviews, that's the new referral. And what we do is at the end of each month, we actually take all the people that you've done work for and we put them into a review funnel to get those reviews for you. And we go out and we actually solicit them directly for you. We also do a lot of content distribution, again, creating blog posts, creating actually content about just your service areas that might have nothing to do with you at all. But what that does is it gets other people within your town possibly linking to you, and it makes Google think that you're highly relevant for each of those areas. And what we may do is each month do a different piece on a different town within your service area, building you up for those near me searches on Google. We do a lot also in terms of Facebook and in terms of retargeting. In terms of Instagram, we do before and after posts. We do video pieces that we get someone to watch 15 seconds or so of a video. And then when we know they've watched that 15 seconds of the video, we retarget them with more of a conversion video. So we warm up the audience for you. So you're not doing that cold outreach. And it's not just, oh geez, yeah, here's an ad from another home service company, but rather they've already seen part of a video that you did. They've already been to your website or been to your Facebook page. So we do a lot with retargeting and warming up the audience in kind of a 3-step process. If it's appropriate, we will also place direct ads and laser focus on the community within Google Ads themselves. And of course, at the end of the day, the only way to know if any of this is working is that we have the proper tracking set up so that anytime someone calls you from going to your website or someone calls you from seeing a Facebook ad, we're able to tell you where that phone call came from. If they click on any link, we're able to tell you where they came from, how long they were on your site. Did they leave your site before they clicked a contact button, before they actually filled out a form or requested scheduled a consultation with you? We gather all that information so that it's easy for you to understand what's going on, where people are coming from, where people are leaving your site, and what you can do to better optimize. So again, what is the strategy? You guys remodel kitchens and bath, we remodel your digital strategy. Just kind of breaking it down even further, when you get involved with us, just in the first month, we start right away with Facebook ads with before and after photos. We start immediately with posting every other day to Facebook to start engaging with your audience, engaging with the community, because a big part of our strategy is warming up the audience before you hit them with a sale. Is at the end of the day, kitchen remodeling it's not a quick impulse buy. It's a long-term cycle sale, and that's something that we need to really warm them up for you. So we do that. We take all kinds of call to action features and add that into your website, or we just build that site from scratch for you. Get you ranked on Google Maps for all the local searches, and we do the keyword research so we know what specifically in your area people are searching for. People may not be searching for custom cabinets, they may be searching for replacing cabinets, or they may be searching for refacing cabinets. We want to know what is the key items, and then we target based on that. Also, Google Ads is a little bit more of a proactive approach, where if somebody is actively searching, we make sure that you might come up even above the maps with Google advertising. We also help manage your reputation. So we know when someone posts a review and we alert you to that immediately, but more importantly, we actually help you source and we help you get more reviews, because at the end of the day, online reviews are one of the driving factors in both the trust factor that's needed to get a client, but more importantly, it's one of the things that the Google Maps looks at to determine whether or not you should be in that local 3-pack. And we submit you to various local directories, various niche directories, to make sure that, again, Google sees you as the most relevant, in the kitchen remodeling industry for your town. Beyond that, I said, we have a CRM that we built out that we provide you, and that allows you to follow up with emails and text messages on an automated sequence, so that again, you're not only warming up, but even you're reminding your clients or potential clients about the appointments they have coming up. In our Total Dominance package, we even include live chat on your Facebook page and on your page with artificial intelligence, so that it seems that you have somebody answering calls 24/7 or answering chatting with you, and of course all kinds of custom automations that go along with that. What would you say to somebody who is considering using our SEO services? Would you recommend us to them?
Absolutely. Pretty much all my questions are answered immediately, any time of the day, even on weekends. Always send me in the right direction, and it's more about quality that you guys are more concerned about. And you guys never have me pay for something that you do not feel that is worth it. So if it's not going to benefit my business, you guys won't put me into a situation where it's, if it has no value, you're not going to try to sell me on something.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. So I want to thank you for sticking around till the end of the video. I know it's kind of long, but I had a lot that I wanted to share with you. So if you'd like to get similar or maybe even better results than Alex did, than Eric or John did, then give us a call at 339-645-9461, or better yet, schedule an appointment with me on my calendar on the page you're looking at right now. And then what we'll do is we'll schedule about a 15-minute call where we'll just find a little bit more about your company, about what you've done in the past, what's worked, what hasn't, in terms of what your target market is and all of that. And then what I do is I go back and I talk to my team, and we start doing our due diligence, and we do a whole lot of research on your analytics, on the searchability, and on your competition. Then we cycle back for a full strategy session. All of this totally free of charge. And we'll talk for about 30 minutes to an hour, kind of about what really is working, what isn't, what we found. And we'll even show you some things that you can implement right away. Even if you don't think that we're going to be a long-term fit for you, and we may not be the right, at the very least you'll learn a few things that you can implement right away, because we certainly do that. And if it does make sense, then we move forward and we can start, we will work together to really start generating and building your business and increasing your leads, increasing your sales. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope to talk to you soon.